Hello everyone, I'm Renown Zero. We are back again talking about Alyssa Mercante crashing a stream known as Saturday Night Hypnosis, which is the Saturday show that Hypnotic usually has with a whole panel, and they bring on a guest. I think the guest was Smash JT because he was there. That's why he says it's crashed our stream and accidentally exposes a charity scam. And it's interesting to me that this individual is so up her own butt that she feels the need to virtue signal for a charity that goes to help trans kids or trans people with problems. But yes, this comes to us from SmashJT.com. This actually happened over this past weekend on Saturday night. Please go check out Hypnotic. He's a great channel. He does his live stream every single day, including, like I said, Saturday nights with Saturday Night Hypnosis. So Alyssa Mercante crashed our stream and accidentally exposes charity scam. Alyssa Mercante makes gigantic social media misstep, how her bragging and clout chasing severely backfired and her charity got exposed. Alyssa Mercante has again made headlines for all the wrong reasons. So it says, this is her here saying she just raised over $20,000 for a trans lifeline. Mercante initially exposed herself as a lurking viewer by commenting on a live episode of Saturday Night Hypnosis that I was a part of. Her attempt to brag about her charitable efforts backfired and came across in a, less than flattering light, to put it nicely. Her interaction with us turned into a spectacle that highlighted her desperate need for validation and the questionable quote-unquote nature of her charitable activities. I wasn't planning on looking too deep into Trans Lifeline charity, to be honest, but after this, I kind of had to, and what I discovered. Yikes. This quote-unquote charity looks more like a scam to capitalize off people suffering with a condition that requires the appropriate support more than anything. Now, what they were talking about is this, where you have Grums here saying, Alyssa Mercante, Trans Life Charity, exposed by Smash JT. Alyssa decided to crash Real Hypnotic stream to brag about how she raised $20,000 for the Trans Life Charity. The charity she supported is a quote-unquote call center for help for trans individuals that pays its part-time directors six-figure salaries while spending more than they take in, raising questions about if any of the money raised went to helping trans people at all. Now, I'll leave a link to, of course, JT's video in the description. So you can see here it says, Tegan Meyer, co-executive director, $154K. Aisha Nisim, co-executive director, $142K. Let's see what else we got here. This chart displays the trend of revenue and expenses over the past several years for this organization, as reported on their IRS Form 990. So you can see a bunch of stuff here. That's the video. That's Hypnotic right there. But we also from here, Permaban, who says, seems quote-unquote frosk but worse. Alyssa Mercante is getting some heat going her way, and not just culture war kind of heat, but something a little more serious. Seemingly fraud/embezzlement questions kind of heat. YouTuber called Hypnotic and a few other streamers were having their streaming event, then big hero Alyssa Mercante crashed their stream to virtue signal about raising $20,000 for a quote-unquote trans charity. Note the name of the charity. You can see right here, she says, I just raised over $20,000 for Trans Lifeline. Let me know if you guys want me to raise money for soap for you. Which actually Hypnotic in this clip goes on to say he single-handedly, raised $20,000, got $20,000 in a month on YouTube. Okay, fair, normal culture war stuff too. Since she started stream crashing, the other YouTubers visited her stream as well after theirs was over and also announced their crashing. Alyssa pulled the plug when they arrived. So it says about this campaign, it says she's funding for Trans Lifeline. Over here it says Trans Lifeline advocates on behalf of trans people and works to build a resilient trans community through direct services designed, provided, and coordinated by trans peers. The hotline is there to provide peer support to trans people who need it, including in moments of crisis and self-deletion. The Migrants program provides low-barrier grants to trans people in need of legal name changes and updated IDs, as well as specialized support for trans people who are incarcerated or detained. Just a reminder, trans kids don't exist. 3 people like Smash JT found it a little off, so he started digging into this supposed quote-unquote trans charity, public accounting/management info that Alyssa was bragging about fundraising. Turns out this quote-unquote charity, a glorified call center, pays its 2 directors six-figure USD salaries annually each. So again, you can see it here, and you can see this graph here. Very odd. Makes me wonder how much of the money Alyssa supposedly raised is actually going to helping people in need, rather than lining the director's pockets. And again, a link to Smash JT's video, as Smash GT points out, shout out to him, says, "Hey Chuds, I raised $20,000 for Trans Lifeline." And in the picture here, it says, earlier this year, the board launched an investigation into the financial transactions of Nina and Greta and concluded with the advice of legal and financial professionals that there had been significant spending of Trans Lifeline funds outside the scope of the current budget. Much of the spending was on an unauthorized project, neither approved of by the board nor made clear to donors, which Greta and Nina sincerely believed was for the good of the trans community. Unfortunately, their unauthorized project ran afoul of Trans Lifeline's obligations to the 501c3 tax laws. Ain't that some nonsense? Nice, she can afford to buy a bra and seek counseling. Who would have thought Alyssa Mercante was using a scam charity to steal people's money? Of all we know, nothing will happen to her, sadly. Obviously, I'm not surprised it's a scam. So yeah, and of course she went on an unhinged rant, which we'll talk about it later if I'm not blocked by her. We'll probably talk about it later on today on the live stream, including all of this information that's here. So it says, "Dear community, as promised earlier this year, we want to update you on the circumstances surrounding the departure of the Trans Lifeline founders, Nina and Greta. Their departure had been planned for some time, but was accelerated by the following events." That's of course what made this occur, was the fact that they took some money for an unauthorized project. So, at the end of the day, don't sit up here and brag about how much money you donate to some foul organization or charity like this, especially considering, to me, again, trans kids don't exist. They're just groomed kids who are in need of being away from the individuals who are trying to groom them, which is why I say anyone who says that line of trans kids don't exist, I call them groomers, because they're rightfully so groomers. Interesting to me how certain people like to spin a narrative that I just call people groomers just for absolutely no reason whatsoever, when I have the evidence to prove otherwise as to why I say these things. It's interesting how they run and hide. But shout out again to Smash GT, Hypnotic, and Grumps for exposing all this nonsense, because of course Alyssa Mercante, being the grifter that she is, an actual rage baiter, the thing that she claims other people are, is absolutely hilarious. And her meltdown that I've seen, it's a little spicy, so I can't really show it on video, but I think I'll show a little bit of it on live stream tonight. So thank you all for checking out this video. I really do appreciate all the new subscribers, returning subscribers, new viewers, and returning viewers. If you did like the video, hit the like button, comment below if you feel about all this. I'll leave a video link to Smash GT's video in the description below. Subscribe for more content, hit the bell for notifications, set the bell to all. That way you'll get a notification anytime I post a new video or live stream. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.